So, what's good everyone? So today, I'm going to be showing you a very, very special worksheet that is attributed to my success and my growth in the past 2 to 3 years. It's what got me from a skinny, socially anxious geek to now someone who's running his own business, has his own dream physique, and has been able to build his own social circle and network, as well as other things. So basically getting on my purpose and having something for myself. So we're going to go on the laptop today and pretty much show you the behind the scenes. Like if I had to pretty much show you behind the scenes on the one worksheet that has helped it all. And by the way, if you are a client, I'm giving this to you. If you want this worksheet, then simply go over to my Instagram at the Matt Jacob. The Instagram handle is at the Matt Jacob, and I want you to DM me saying worksheet. Okay, that's all you need to say, one word, worksheet, so that I know you came from this video and that you want it. So let's get into this. Let's not waste any more time and start recording. This is called the Future Self Document Worksheet. And it's something that I came across when I was in another program, and they did it's a mindset design program. It's a mindset program, and this has helped so much. So I've twisted it in my own way, so I'm not completely copying them. But as I said, people who are clients, they will get this for free, as well as if you do ask for it, or go to my Instagram. How this works and how I'll get into the pages first. I'll explain what the pages are, and then I'll go into how you can actually use it to change your life. So what we have here is the future self document, and what you're seeing here is the Matt Jacob identity. Now, when you get this, I want you to change it to your name, because this is going to be very personal to you, and you're going to have to put stuff. You're not supposed to copy me, basically. How this works is it's gonna act like a little vision board, where you essentially put images that basically want you want to put images that you basically want or remind you of your future self. And that future self being your ideal self. Who would you like to be in the future? What sort of goals would you like to achieve in the future? And what's the type of person that is going to be achieving those goals? Because you have to act as if you want to achieve your goals, and then let time catch up. That's going to make more sense later. So you basically, vision board, put some images that remind you of the ideal self. So pretty much, before you do that as well, write down the results you'd like in your life, key results. So for example, me personally, 30K a month would be a good goal. Having a Hulk-like focus, so dialed in, because most entrepreneurs, the successful ones, they attribute their success to focus, to extreme focus, and I want that as well. Highly respected, so it's going to make it a lot easier for connecting with people, and just like your overall aura in the room, people are going to take you more seriously and listen to what you have to say more. So I'd like that as well. And only pick 1 to 4 or 5 max of the key results in your life, because if you are focused on everything, you're focused on nothing. And then unbreakable bond with family, because family is so important. Now, the Hulk here is to symbolize Hulk-like focus. 1 hour screen time when I was doing a dopamine detox, and I essentially had the screen time as low as to 1 hour. And before that, my screen time would be extremely bad, like 5 hours plus, if not more. Yeah, 5 hours plus. And I just wanted to remind myself that, hey, I can actually live off 1 hour screen time. And again, that goes back to the Hulk-like focus. You got this is someone's Stripe payment, which is someone in my network. They were kind enough to share this, so we can use it for visualization purposes. That's like a 20K month, I think. Yeah, 20K month. This is my program. This is sort of like how I'd like my life to be in the next couple of years. So, you got the nice nature in the back, you got the car, you got the girl, you got pretty much like out of a movie scene. So this truth seeker, pretty much I pursue the truth, and I'm trying my best to do that. So this is quite important to me, so I put that image there. This is the ideal sort of shape I'd want to be in, the type of physique I want to be in. So I always have it there. Every time I look at this page, I'll always have it there, and it'll remind me of what kind of physique I'm going for. And then this is Playboy Cardi. He's a rapper, and I put him there for a reason, is because I just like the way he dresses and I like the way he carries himself. So with this page, you're going to be looking at this page majority of the time, so change it to something that you really want and you really want in the future for yourself. You don't have to copy me. Next page, we're going to be going to what's called the mind maps, and this is here you're gonna put your old self, here you're gonna put your ideal self. Old self, I mean, people have asked me, okay, does old self mean who I was a couple months ago or like in the past, or who I am now? And it's up to you which one you want to put. It's completely up to you. But what you're trying to do here is create contrast. So in this page, what you're gonna do is just put the old self, like any key areas, fill in these boxes you want to fill in with key areas or things that are important to you, like health, wealth, relationships, any specifics like morning routine. So for example, morning routine, inconsistent, knows what he needs to do but breaks streaks. So for what I mean by that is I'll have a morning routine and then I won't have the discipline to keep up streaks of my morning routine. So that's pretty much that. Appearance in great shape, successfully bulked to 67, 68 kilograms, improved diet. So it's not been all bad. Lifestyle, pretty boring, lives with flatmates, parties every once in a while, same thing every day, goes on walks and visits family here and there. So I think you get the point here. You just want to fill in things that describe who your old self is or who you're currently at, and you're basically you're laying everything on the table, like the God honest truth as to what your life is right now, or the old self. And then here is when things get interesting, because you will fill this page with amazing descriptions about yourself in every part of your life. For example, like you've kept some of the same boxes, but things just got a whole lot better for your ideal self, like your future self. Your future self has achieved a lot of things, and you're basically laying out everything on the table that they've achieved. So we got a lot of things here. We got vibe, long ass paragraph for that. Appearance, so that's even better, chiseled, around 67 to 72 kilograms, muscular, optimizes looks, insanely attractive, knows how to dress, great taste in fashion, hygienic. Morning routine, gets up at sunrise, friends, activities, travel, focus, again going back to what I find important, which is focus, sales, appointment setting, personal brand, has at least 5k Instagram followers on YouTube. And again, you're describing not who you are now, but who your ideal self is, your future self. Because what's going to happen is, as you look, oh wait, I said I'm going to go into that later. I'm going to go into how to use it later, don't worry. And then here I just have a big ass box saying what my character is summed up. And yeah, if it seems confusing so far, leave any comments down below. But trust me, as I get further and further deep into this video, it should start to make sense. Bucket list, so things your future self would like to achieve or get done in the foreseeable future. Got some examples here. These are some of my personal goals, and this isn't, I just want to let you know, this isn't my actual future self document. Like, I've got my own, but I've just left personal stuff out that people on YouTube, I don't want them to see. And yeah, bucket list here, but here are some of my, I've left some real life goals in here just for fun, just to keep it realistic. So skiing in the Alps, travel to Bora Bora, new in-person social circle. You can fill in as many as you want, and just put things that you want to do in your bucket list. Set an expiration date, so there's some sort of urgency behind that, and when you get it done, you tick it off. What would the future self of you be doing as a daily schedule? What would your schedule look like? So for example, for me personally, gets up at 7 and then starts deep work at 8. By 12, that's when deep work ends, and then he has lunch, does errands or chores, takes calls, does outreach, does all the admin tasks. 6 o'clock is when I have a group call in a program I'm in. has dinner, gym, creative work, plans tomorrow, and this takes us to around 8 o'clock where I'll just relax, hang out with friends, and just chill and do some downtime. And after that, I should be in bed by 11, and this is sort of my night routine. Now again, my routine is not going to work for you. It might, but the point is, make this your own. Don't copy me. Master vision. So this is pretty much the accumulated wealth goals, just any goals you want to put in here as well. So for example, 100k by Jan 2023, business goals, travel plans, any skills and bucket list if you want to go into more detail, and any sort of achievements that you'd like to have as well, that your future self would have. So daily 20 miles being the non-negotiables that your future self would have. You can have 6, you can have as many as you want, just non-negotiables. So these are mine, and this is quite old, so maybe some of the stuff here I'm not doing anymore. And here are some principles that I live by, and again, add your own. We're really trying to define and get into great detail here about what our future self would be behaving, how they'd be acting, and how they'd be behaving, basically, how they'd be living in the future. The fitness vision, pretty much. So with the fitness vision, self-explanatory. How would you like your physique to look in the future? How would your future self be looking like in health, and how much in shape would they be in? What type of shape would they be in? Again, I like to have a headline just summarizing what it would be. I have some pictures as well of people with my dream physique, and then again, dream celebrity body. So if it helps, you should have a celebrity in mind that has like your dream body or dream social circle. That really helps it if you're like completely confused and you don't know what you want in your life. Just have a celebrity in mind. Fitness plan, so some more details, specifics, and then your health plan. Okay, so that's health. Now we're going to attack the social life. What would it look like? Again, 1 sentence summary of what will your social life look like. And then these are just some pictures. Again, it's acting like a vision board of what your ideal social life would be like. So maybe you don't want a ton of friends. Maybe you just want your own little tribe of 3 to 4 people. Then you want to go on Google Images or Pinterest. Is quite good for this, where you just find pictures of maybe 3 to 4 friends who look, and from the pictures at least, look like the type of people you want to be friends with, because again, you're trying to ingrain it in your mind. And then you want to put some activities that you'd be doing as well with your friends, what they look like, personality. And again, you can't really tell, you can kind of tell personality through images, but just try and make this as specific and as important to you as possible. Again, I've got some activities. So we'd be going surfing with my social circle and my network. We'd be doing things like surfing, going to tropical countries, traveling, having parties here and there. I'm not as much of a party guy, but I will have parties here and there, so that's why I have it there. Just some gentlemen, really want some gentlemen in my circle. So this is Michael Corleone from The Godfather, and yeah, just have dinner. That's Jordan Belfort. Have dinner with Jordan Belfort. That would be cool. Having dinner with entrepreneurs casually on like a Tuesday evening. And we're gonna move on. So type, what would your romantic relationships look like? And you put in what your romantic relationships are, what type of relationship you'd like to have, who exactly you're interested in. So if you're a girl or a boy, whatever, put whatever you want in here. This is yours, and it's going to be personal to you. So what you like is not going to be seen to other people. So anyway, just a rundown. These are the sort of girls I'd like to be dating, and put the personality traits as well. Again, you want to be just really define physically, visually, personality, everything. You want to be as definitive as possible, because if you're just completely general about this and you're not willing to go the extra mile, then you're not going to get what you asked for. And if we move on to the 6-month scene, so how would you like your life to look like in 6 months' time? Okay, 1-sentence summary at the top: new apartment, treating friends and family, driving supercars, independence, best shape of my life. And then here's some images to describe it. This is what my 6 months would really like to look like. So right now it's April, 6 months from April, October. Yeah, October. So if October doesn't look like this, then you know I did something wrong. Or if I've changed how I want my 6 months to look like, then that's fair enough as well. But October, this is what my life should be sort of looking like. Supercars, apartment, nice desk, parties, independence, traveling, 10K, just casual 10K Stripe payment invoice. Yeah, that's 6 months' time. And don't hold yourself back. Do not hold yourself back. Use your imagination and be as unrestricted as you want to be. 10-year scene. So what would sort of your 10 years want to look like? So a life of total freedom, no attachment or dependence on anything or anyone. A teacher, multiple, and not literally a teacher, but you know what I mean. That's sort of the character trait I want to adopt. Multi 8-figure entrepreneur, elite brotherhood, collects experiences. Nice little private island with a nice mansion, sea all around me, helping people out, that's why I have this. High value network, so celebrities, you can probably recognize some of these rappers. That's to symbolize the high value network and the connections I will have in 10 years time. Again, this is taken from The Godfather. I love this movie. This is Michael Corleone with his I forgot his name. Vito, his father. This is just some entrepreneurs in my space who are where I want to be. Again, this is Iman's course. So in the far future, maybe I'll have a course. Who knows? And this is some lady hanging out in some nature, taking in the breathtaking views. Maybe she hiked up there. So do the same thing as well in 10 years time. Just complete abundance, no attachment to anything. And we're going to get into the tail end of this future self document. So social life vision again. What type of friends would you like to be having? Describe the quantity of friends. So how many friends would you like? Personality traits, appearance, etc. Relationships and or hookups, whatever you want to do. Describe character traits, personality, and more. Mentors. Describe the kind of mentors you want in your life. So just list some adjectives. Maybe name some names, like people you'd want to have as a mentor in the future. Me. Confidant. A confidant is essentially someone who you trust with your life, and you can pretty much tell them anything you want, and you will trust that they won't give it away. So, as you can imagine, non-judgmental, loyal, supportive. Just describe again who your ideal confidant would be. Or if you have someone in mind, put their name down. That's one way to define it. Family. So describe how the perfect relationship with your family would look like. We move on. Celebrities. So name the celebrities you'd like to be connected with, become friends with, personality traits, appearance, etc. Plug. So pretty much people who have resources and you'd like to be connected with so that you can obtain those resources. So for example, plugs, and I'm not talking about drug plugs, no, unless you define that for some reason. Anyways, had to sort out the phone because I was running out of storage and it cut off. So let's steamroll through this. So celebrities and plugs, we've gone through that already. Millionaires and billionaires. Describe in detail who they, name some names as well. Coaches, so pretty much like mentors, supportive of every student's results. Define who they would be in detail and what kind of coaches you'd like to be in and what sort of areas would you like a coach in. So for example, peak performance, maybe you'd want a business coach, maybe you'd want a life coach. It's up to you. Restaurants, so this is interesting. So who do you know? Which restaurants would you like to go to frequently? Go into detail. And that's if your future self, you imagine them going out a lot and going to restaurants. Clubs and bars, again, depends on your future self, if they even want to go to clubs and bars. But if you do, describe which clubs or bars you like to go to, who do you know, etc. Any activities, so what activities would your future self be doing? Huge amount of space for that. And then lastly, some events that they will attend to. And it's up to you. It could be weekly events, monthly events, yearly events, whatever your future self desires. So that will wrap up the future self document. Highly customizable. I suggest devoting a couple hours of time and energy to create your future self and sculpt it now, and use your imagination. Don't hold yourself back, because in the end you'll be surprised how much you can accomplish. Now, how do we use this exactly? What's the key? Well, yeah, you can use this as a vision board. So every time you wake up, every morning when you wake up, you can print this off as well, or keep it on your desktop, or do both. I like to do both. Every time you wake up, you will look and read through this future self document. Okay, let's go into slideshow. Every time you wake up, you will go through this future self document and visualize everything in detail. Read the details as well. So go through the mind maps, your future self, the sort of traits that they'd be having and the results that they'd be getting in their life. And then you'll go to your bucket list. So remind yourself of the things that you want to achieve in the future and why. The schedule, what would your future self schedule look like? Would it look like this? Would you be more disciplined? Would it have more action into it? Who knows? You can go through this as well. I mean, I haven't really spent much time on this page just because I think it's repeating the other things in the future self document. Achievements as well. Look at the stuff, the non-negotiables that they be doing and their principles. Remind yourself, and it'll keep you grounded. Fitness vision. What would my ideal self's physical health look like? Read and visualize. Social life, do the same thing. Type, do the same thing. You get the point. 6 months scene, do the same thing. Visualize, read, take it all in, internalize it, and slowly over time, it's going to become more and more realistic, and it's actually going to appear possible when, for example, you didn't think it was before. 10-year scene, do the same thing, and then you pretty much just go through this. Key times to go through this: every time you wake up, in the afternoon, when you're like on your lunch break, or you're having lunch, or you're taking a break. Look at it. Before you go to bed, look at it. And I'd say that you get the best results by just looking at it as often as you can. And here's the key. Here is the key to going from where you are now, where I'm guessing you're unhappy with where you are now, you're not happy with where you are, you want to make more progress, to your future self, which almost seems like a dream away. This is how you use it amazingly. This is the key. You ready? Every time let's go to the mind maps. Every time you start thinking something negatively, like for example, I don't think I look ugly. I have to be very careful saying that, but I look ugly. Let's say you're just having bad thoughts, you're feeling self-conscious about your appearance. What you have to do, if you hadn't had this document, you would just keep persisting in that thought, and you'd end up in a downward spiral, and you start feeling sorry for yourself, and no one wants to go through that. What this future self document is going to do is, let's say you start thinking that you're self-conscious and your appearance doesn't look good. What you're going to do is, you go to this page, and you see we have a box here about appearance. What you're going to do is you're gonna have those thoughts, you're gonna go through this page, and then you're gonna read what it says about your appearance, your future self. So chiseled, around 67 to 72 kilograms, muscular, optimize his looks, yada yada yada. And then it's almost like you're replacing that old negative thought loop with your new future self thought loop, your ideal self. This is how they be thinking, and you're literally just replacing, like a robot, for example. Like you want to imagine yourself as a robot, because we're actually closer to robots, like similar to robots than you expect. We're easily programmable. So you want to program yourself with the right kind of thoughts. I hope that made sense. If it didn't make sense, leave a comment down below. I'll give you another example. Let's say you're about to go to dinner and you're not feeling the most confident. Like you've tried to hype yourself up, but you're still kind of anxious, you're still kind of scared. So you're gonna have that thought in your brain. You're gonna open up your future self document, or maybe have it in paper. You're gonna flick through it, go to this page where you have the mind maps, and then you're gonna start reading. And this is from a real life experience as well. I used to be super unconfident. I used to be super self-conscious, and I didn't think I didn't have any value. So the way to fix that, and again, this is consistent effort. It's not just a one-time thing. You can't just set it and forget it. You have to come back to this and do it over and over again. So if I'm feeling self-conscious, I'm kind of anxious, kind of scared what people will think of me. Okay, here's the vibe of my future self. This is what ideal Matt would be thinking. Bulletproof confidence around men and women. Self-assured, chill, hard to dislike, although he will inevitably get haters, which he accepts. Does everything controlled and calmly. People have to prove themselves to him. Respectful, happy in people, love him for who he is. Decisive, happy for other success. Boom. And I'm pretty much feeling like I have bulletproof confidence now, all because I read this. So yeah, this is why, again, you have to customize it to your own. Have boxes that you'd like, remove some of the boxes that you don't find valuable. Like for example, maybe you're not running a coaching business, and appointment setting is not something that you do. You have a different way of doing it. Okay, you can delete that, that's fine. Let's say you're not trying to have a strict morning routine. Okay, you can change it or delete it. It's up to you. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Again, if you want this document, if you want the future self document, I want you to DM me the word worksheet on IG, on Instagram, at the Matt Jacob. At the Matt Jacob is my username, and I just want you to DM the worksheet, one word, so I know that you want this from the video. So anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, leave a comment, and let me know if you get any results from using this worksheet. I'd love to hear your experience using this. So anyways, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new, and share this to a friend, and I'll see you in the next one.